back sore. It's actually not tense, it's just different.
Introduce yourself first.
Okay, my name is Ryan with SpecChem, Blue Chem products that we're introducing today. What we're going to do right now is visualize and give you a theoretical demonstration on what is actually happening with our products within the engine by using some test tubes to visualize the products. Product right now we're going to go through is typically what we have in a normal oil change. Okay, a consistent normal daily basis oil change and how we proceed to go through so. What we have right here is we have some old used oil. Okay, typical contamination left within an oil system when a car comes in for an oil change. Our typical process is oil comes in with the car, we drain it, and we basically change the filter and cap it, and that's what our process is, typical process of an oil change. So typically, we drain as much as we can and we're left with this much contamination within the oil system, right? What we normally do at this point is drain as much as possible off, introduce new oil to the engine to complete the oil change. Making sure that, of course, when the oil change is done, proper oil levels in the vehicle, and the process is completed, customer is given back their car, okay? What normally happens is customer drives away, notices no real change in difference within the vehicle itself. However, what happens is 60% of the time customers when they get home will check their oil change, or check their oil level. So when they check their oil, what they note is that they can see that the oil level is perfectly clear, where it should be, but the oil itself looks dirty and contaminated. Questions that can come up with the customer is, did they change my oil? Did they just change the filter? Did they use old used oil? Processes and questions customers' concerns can have, okay? Now what we'd like to do is have a different process by introducing our oil system cleaner, okay? Now within a normal oil change, just as when a car comes in, we're going to start that process over, but with the oil system cleaner in there instead of just a regular straight up oil change. So when a car comes in with old used oil, as it normally would, car comes in with the old used oil. Before we even change that oil, what we're going to do is we're going to introduce our oil system cleaner into that engine oil. This can will contain enough to clean a capacity of 6 liters of oil. By introducing it into the oil system prior to changing the oil, we add it in. Now doing this, what we're doing is visualizing what will happen during the process of an oil change. What we know right away is that with the oil change, oil system cleaner in there, it binds with oil right away. Brings the old oil up to 96% of its original lubricity, allowing the oil to freely flow through the oil system, cleaning contamination with no simple alcohol, no stripping of lubrication, and breaking down on a molecular level with nanotechnology the particles and contamination that reside within the oil system, cleaning out the oil fine galleries and reseating, allowing the compression rings to reseat by breaking down the contamination. 15 minutes running at idle is all it requires. So this is a little imitation again within a test tube that are 15 minutes of heat, pressure, and friction which are required to activate the product, working within the oil system. After 15 minutes of running, what the product is done, it's finished, we drain it out. We see of course that it flows much cleaner, much smoother, comes out, and it will drain more freely. But what we do notice that even on the tube here, we still have a layer of lubrication. It has not stripped lubrication, no simple alcohols as I stated, allowing the engine to work at its capacity for nice lubricating products. Now the car is drained, oil filters on, caps on, we're ready to fill up the engine with the required amount of oil. We add in new oil, fill it up to the level that's required, and the job is complete. Customer is given back their car. They will drive away. What they will notice right away is by having that compression regained within the engine, you're actually allowing for better throttle response, quicker pickup, smoother idles. When they get home, they can check their oil because now they've felt a physical difference to the drive of their vehicle. When they get home, they check their oil, level is good, oil is clean. The whole oil system has been cleaned of all contamination. Any contamination left will be suspended at the top of the oil system with the cleaner that's remaining. So you can have regular oil change or our oil change with Blue Chem's oil system clean.